When I first met my boyfriend, I was 18 and he was 30 at the time. I had no idea how old he was until later on, so it really wasn't a big deal because we both were friends at first and we sort of had this connection, and then we started liking each other, so we just went with that. But we both met each other at Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens. It's like an annual event, Halloween event that they have every year. So we both were working in the same area and we just became friends and clicked, and he doesn't even look his age, so I had no idea until, when I asked him when we got really close. And after that, we just hit it off and we just really didn't really care. My mom at first, she was concerned a little bit because, she didn't know him very well in the beginning, so she was like kind of, when when you have a child someday and say if your daughter had dated someone like that, you would be a little concerned because, it's just, you're being protective and you want to know, who that person is, because what if he's some weirdo. But he really wasn't a weirdo because I would have known that, right? No. But yeah, we just became friends and hit it off after that, and his parents really like me a lot and they just hope for our happiness to continue. But it was really hard for us at first to tell his parents, because his parents had no idea about me until 3 months later, because he was worried that, his parents would have some kind of, opinion about it and not like it or anything like that. But I'm 20 now and he's 31. He just turned 31 in July. And our parents really like us, they really got to know us, so they really don't care. They just said as long as we're happy, we both make each other happy, then they're happy for us.
My name is Diane. I'm 60 years old. My husband's name is Richard. He's 55 years old. I was 28 when we met. He was 23, and we've been married for 31 years. I don't think, if age was an issue at the beginning of our relationship, it was more me. I wasn't afraid that I was too old for him. I was afraid that he would think I was too old for him. But when we got right past that beginning, it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. Our families knew each other. We met at a family event. We had known each other before, kind of gradually. We didn't hang around in the same circles. By the time I was married and had 2 children. He was still in high school. He went off to the Navy when he graduated from high school, and we were at a family event, and he came with his parents. He had just gotten out of the Navy, and he came over to say hi. And he said to me, "Where's your husband?" And I said, "Oh, we're splitting up." I said, "We're not together anymore." And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want to dance?" So we danced a couple of dances, and he asked me if I wanted to go out. And I said, "Well, okay." And we made plans to go out the following Friday night. So this was on a Saturday, and we were going to go out the following Friday night. So he asked me where I lived, and I told him where I lived, and he said, "Oh, well, what time?" I said, "Well, I got to pick up the kids from daycare. I got to give them dinner, make sure the sitter's there." I said, 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock? He said, "Okay." I got home from work at 5:45, and he was parked in his car outside my door waiting for me. I said, "What are you doing here?" You know, here I thought I'd have all this time, you know, to primp and all this other stuff. And he said, "I couldn't wait to see you." So he actually was the pursuer. We would make plans to go out at a certain time, and he'd always be early, and he's still always early. Sometimes it pisses me off. I would say that my age was never ever an issue with him, and it wasn't an issue with me, of course. So, and he's just a good guy, and he always accepted my children as his own. Never ever called them his stepkids. And a year after we were married, he actually legally adopted my children. So he did become their legal father. All the responsibilities and that go along with that, and was a very, very good father to them. And he's a good grandfather too. Takes care of, loves his children, loves his grandchildren, loves his cats, loves me.